The former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has been addressing the nation today through KTN. And among the key issues that Gachagua has pointed out and exposed in regards to the government of President William Ruto is in regards to a team that has been formed by the Directorate of Criminal Investigation together with the National Intelligence Service, where they have crafted a group that their main aim is to make sure that they drill Rigathi Gachagua and make sure that they investigate him together with this group to the latter, so that any information that is crucial that they will extract from their investigation and that they will extract from the people surrounding Rigathi Gachagua can be used as evidence against Rigathi Gachagua. You know, what Gachagua is actually telling us by revealing these details, he tells us that it's not over yet with William Ruto. My fight with William Ruto is not over. And when I mean my fight with William Ruto is not over, I mean William Ruto has not stopped haunting me. He has currently prepared a team of 16 officers collected from different divisions, justice division in the country, all with the knowledge of economy. The DCI crime economy unit, economic crime unit, has been filing up evidence, collecting evidence that will be used against Rigathi Gachagua once they now prepare a full dossier, or let me say a full case that can now be relayed and listened to in the court of law. I told you one thing. You know, you might think that Rigathi Gachagua is somebody that has been left by President William Ruto to just run his mouth because that is what he has been doing of late. You might think that William Ruto has nothing to do with Rigathi Gachagua. But let me tell you, the time that William Ruto will strike, Rigathi Gachagua will have to cool himself down and stop the pressures of the way he is pursuing the president. William Ruto is not a man that he strategizes, he plans when he comes for you. And I tell you, he has a very big bone to chew with Rigathi Gachagua. It's not something that he will just do overnight. The impeachment process, it started a long time ago before it came to actually actualize, before it came to happen. We all knew that there were rumors of an impeachment against Rigathi Gachagua. But when the time came to impeach Rigathi Gachagua, it happened in a period of 2 weeks. They had everything figured out. They had influenced everybody on voting on impeaching Rigathi Gachagua. And that's why I'm telling you, Rigathi Gachagua might do a million interviews, might do a lot of interviews addressing the people of the Republic of Kenya and trying to justify everything by attacking President William Ruto. Yes, we know Ruto is the one to carry the blame because Ruto, how can you defend Ruto, by the way? You can't defend that man. Yeah. If there is a man, defending Ruto is like defending the kingdom of the devil. I am not speaking about defending that man, but I'm telling you critically, Ruto is a planner. He is a person who strategizes. He doesn't act on his emotions. If you have realized that, he accumulates things before he actually acts. He allows you to justify your ego, thinking that you have won. And listen, Gachagua tells us that they have been trying to frame one senator of Kiambu, Karugu Adangwa, with bang and weapons for a very long time. It's the same thing that they did with Maina Jenga. Maina Jenga was framed for weapons and what? And guns. Same thing with one Jimmy Wanjigi. Ruto plans. When he comes for you, he comes for your head, your legs, and even for your next of kin. So Gachagua knows, and that's why I tell you this is a game. This is a game of thrones. Let me put it that way. If you have watched the Game of Thrones, the movie itself, this is what is happening here. Rigathi Gachagua is not a fool also. These are two key chess players with everybody with a very critical cards to play. But now, Gachagua knows it's his time. And during his time to shine, he must make people understand that when Ruto comes for me, when his regime comes for me, I will have told you that they were preparing to come for me. Are we together? And that's why he says, even where his sons were working, Ruto went after them. They lost their jobs. They closed their offices. Are we together? So the economic crime unit, a unit under the DCI, all their resources have been directed at trying to frame Rigathi Gachagua, at gathering evidence against Rigathi Gachagua. And that's why I'm telling you, there was a letter that was exposed last week. And it was a letter that exposed what the ex, I mean, the widow to the late Governor Deritu Gachagua, the brother to Rigathi Gachagua, had asked the KRI to intervene to help her acquire the properties that she had lost to Rigathi Gachagua, because Rigathi Gachagua used the powers that he had to take over her husband's property, but the property actually belonged to her and her sons. And that's why I'm telling you, the key point that Gachagua has left with us when it comes to the DCI and the National Intelligence Service is that an economic crime unit has been formed, a group of 16 men, and their work is to investigate my businesses, to make sure that my businesses crumble. Am I speaking a point? These people will gather evidence, and that's what they are doing. And it will not be against Rigathi Gachagua only. They are gathering evidence against his key players, his key supporters, his key, those that empower him. When the time comes to launch their attacks on Rigathi Gachagua will be lame. Yani atapigwa na butoa na bomboazi, because these people are coming in hot. They will come in hot. They won't let him go scot-free. Gachagua has done so much damage to William Ruto. But do you know how Ruto counters the damage that Rigathi Gachagua has done? He keeps quiet. He accumulates your problems. He takes them in. Even when he addresses the issue of tribalism, he talks about it in coded messages. He doesn't attack directly. But Rigathi Gachagua calls the spade, a spoon a spoon. He doesn't sugarcoat. Are we together? So what is happening is that when the time comes for President William Ruto to strike, he will strike the snake on the head. Are we together? Get that to your head. Because let me tell you, the letters that have been shared online, like the ones where the KRI is said to have gone ahead to freeze bank accounts of Rigathi Gachagua, those are things that they are going to do. But now they are informing us in beefs, and that's why Rigathi Gachagua tells us they are going after my businesses, they are going after my sons. Are we together? They are going after my associates, like Akina Karugu Adangwa, like Akina Koimbori, people like Akina Ngogoyo, who have been supporting Rigathi Gachagua both financially and also physically backing his agendas. Are we together? Now, that is one thing that you will take to the bank when the time comes. You will realize. And now let me ask you, how do you think President William Ruto is a fool to allow Rigathi Gachagua to continue running a campaign that counters his influence? Nye mnachezanga na huyo jamaa. That guy is a strategist and he is a madala. But now, I complete that. Tell me what you think about this unit that has been formed to investigate Rigathi Gachagua. Leave your comment on the comment section. See you in our next video. This is the Kenyan Daily Report.